Kaguya still putting people in the infinite Tsukiyomi, man. And for what reason that is, I don't know. But I think I have a theory on it. And my theory is, I'm thinking that the reason why she keeps like having this weird ritual to where people go to the divine tree and then they never come back is because she doesn't want to what happened in the first episode of this filler arc to happen in this second episode, meaning like years now. She doesn't want what happened, like people warring with each other and stuff, like war. She wants peace, ultimate peace and stuff, because she fell in love with old dude who was like the king of his village or whatever it was. Peace is what Kaguya wants in all of the world. That's how come this ritual that she keeps doing, like sending people to the divine tree, is going on, because she doesn't want another war to happen and where people start like killing each other and stuff to happen in this world. And I think that's going to be explained in the future episodes, because we in a filler arc. You don't know this is a filler arc, but this is also an in-canon filler arc. Like, that's what it is. Some people probably thought, like I did with like the first episode, that was only going to be maybe a couple of episodes, maybe like 3, but it's seeming like it's going to be more than 3 episodes for this filler arc, because next episode, we got a preview for next episode, and that's with the same thing. I thought, to tell you the truth, I thought this little filler thing we doing right now, because even though this is good stuff, it's about Kaguya, it's about what happened with the divine tree and when she first put everybody in the infinite Tsukiyomi, and about Hagaromo and Hamaru, it's about all of that. I thought it was going to be wrapped up in this episode, but Kishi didn't want that to happen, or the editors for Kishi didn't want that to happen. So now we're going into some type of mini filler art about Kaguya. Granted, again, it is good stuff, but let's get back to this Naruto, man. Let's get back to Naruto and Sasuke. That's what people want to see, even though people would like to see this, because this is stuff that we would want to see in the beginning. Like, I know I probably have said, like way back during like when my first channel, like I had a channel before this one, like way back in like 2012 and stuff, 2011, that I created and I deleted and stuff. And I was talking about Kaguya and stuff like that, like what happened with all of that and stuff. And I know this would have been great back then, but now it's kind of like, I don't really know. Like, I'm really not feeling this as much as I would, man, because I really want to just see what happened at the end of Naruto and get on done with Naruto, because Boruto is coming up and I want to put all my Naruto energy into Boruto, because that's going to be the next Naruto series that's going to be big and stuff. But this episode gave a lot of stuff to us. We saw the Great Sage Toad, the one that we saw. You remember the big toad in the first Naruto arc that like have like prophecies and stuff and visions that's gonna happen, which that was never explained, and it still wasn't explained because they ain't explaining in this episode. They did a little bit in saying that like well, they really didn't. All they said was toads don't dream, and if they dream, it's more like a prophecy and stuff. So I was just like, whatever with that, man. They didn't explain how in the world he has this power, how in the world he can freaking talk. Why are toads the only animals that can really talk? Like, how did toads get this power? What happened with all of this and stuff? It's just so much stuff. It's kind of, Kishi is kind of like what Oda does with One Piece, in where Oda puts so much good stuff into One Piece, and he never explains none of it. Like, for instance, where in the world did the devil fruits come from? Oda still haven't explained that, and I'm thinking he might in the future, but he still haven't explained it. And another thing, Dr. Vegapunk. We still haven't seen this dude, but he's supposed to be a genius beyond geniuses. He's supposed to have like some like 400 level IQ or something like that, and you should know that in order to be a genius, you got to have a 200 level IQ. So he is a genius beyond genius, and he still haven't explained none of that. And that's what Kishi has done with these toads. And I don't think I'm the first person to ever say this, but I know I'm the first person to say this now. Like, why in the world can the toads talk? Where did they get this power from? And I know it's like, oh, it's an anime, just leave it alone. But it's like, if you're going to put stuff in this, if you're going to put stuff in your series and then never explain it, like, that's something big. Like, that's big, man. Like, never explaining why in the world the toads can talk and stuff. Come on. But we met up with the Sage Toad, and the Sage Toad was teaching Hagaromo Sage powers. Now, I'm sitting here, and the whole time while Hagaromo is talking to the Sage Toad about teaching him Sage powers, I'm just sitting here like, why in the world didn't Hamaru ask the Sage to teach him also Sage powers? Like, why didn't that happen? Like, why in the world didn't Hamaru say, also teach me too? Because that could have boosted his power as much as it boosted Hagoromo's power. But again, I'm thinking it's the same thing. Kishi, it's the same thing how I feel about Hamaru as I feel about Sabo and with Oda. Like, I don't think Oda created Sabo until he got up to the point to where he knew Ace was going to die in his mind. Like, when he had that planned out and stuff, like Ace was going to die, that's when he created Sabo. He didn't create Sabo in the beginning, or else Sabo would have been mentioned while the Straw Hats was in freaking Alabasta and stuff, and Ace would have talked about it, and freaking Luffy would have talked about Sabo with Ace. So back then he didn't create Sabo yet, and I'm feeling like the same thing with Kishi. When Kishi created Hagoromo, he didn't create Hamaru. But he didn't have no intention of creating Hamaru. But since when he did create Hamaru, he felt somebody either told him to create his brother or something like that, or he just felt like he needed to create another character that was on that level and stuff. So he created Hamaru. And it's the whole thing of like, to where when Hamaru was explaining how the Uchiha and Senju were like clans were created and stuff, that's when Kishi created Hamaru and jump, man. Like, that's when it happened. And it didn't happen when he initially came up with the idea of Hamaru or Hagoromo, but it did happen when he was talking, when he was coming up with the idea on explaining how the Senju and Uchiha clans was formed. Yeah, that was just a big question that I had in this episode, man. Like, why in the world didn't Hamaru ask the Sage Toad to teach him Sage powers? Like, why? Like, he was just standing there not saying nothing the whole time. Like, what was his thinking behind that? And hopefully next episode we get more information about that, because we didn't get it this episode. And I feel like we're about to go into in canon filler arc. And this is in canon, if you don't know. In canon, just basically stuff that Kishi had in his mind but never got around to. So now he's putting it in like filler. Basically, this is filler because the series is ended, but it's canon because it pertains towards the series and sets up other things that happen in the original canon. Like, that's what's going on and stuff. But this episode was good, man. Hagoromo lost his chick that he loved, and we didn't even know that until the last ending of the episode. Hopefully this in-canon filler arc doesn't last that long, because I really want to get back to Naruto and all of that. Like, for real. Hopefully it doesn't last that long. But, you know, Kishi, it might last for 12 episodes. It might be a whole season by itself, man. So you don't even know. But, yeah, man, because I believe they keep trying to stretch out this Naruto to keep racking up the beans, man. And it's just like, bro, you gonna get more beans if you just give us what we want and then just move on to Boruto. If, like, you just give us what we want so we could go, alright, okay, Naruto's finished. Alright, we done with it. Whew. That was a great series, had its problems, had some big problems. But all in all, a fantastic series that was a cultural changer on the Western side of the entire world. Like, it changed the whole entire culture of anime on the Western side. Not really on the Eastern side, because more on the Eastern side they're One Piece fans. But on the Western side, Naruto was, phew, I'm just ready for the series to end and we get back to what we normally know about Naruto and stuff and Sasuke. We see them fight and stuff and all the epic and awesome things that's gonna happen in the future if we just get back to the canon and stuff, man. But yeah, good episode. I'm waiting for the next episode to see what's going on because this whole filler arc thing has been interesting to me because it's interesting stuff that we want to see. Like, that's the key to filler. People out there, anime creators and stuff, you gotta put out stuff that people actually want to see. Then your series, I keep going. You know that? Like, doesn't that make sense? Putting out stuff, like putting out in-canon filler. That makes sense, don't it? You should do that. Like, I'm talking to you, Oda. I'm talking to you, freaking any other series, but especially Oda. Put out stuff that we actually want to see. Stop putting out stupid movies like Film Gold. I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm sorry, this is Naruto and stuff. But yeah, man, leave your comments down below and stuff. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. I don't care. Just lets me know somebody watching my stuff. And subscribe, as always, to your boy's channel. This is the channel where real anime fans come to talk about anime, to love anime, and all that, man. Tell me what you had for dinner last night, too. I'm Darren, the awesome. You're awesome. Stay awesome. I love you, faces. Peace. One love. I'm out. I'll see y'all in the next one. Hopefully, it'll be better than this episode. But I don't really know because all these episodes are feeling the same.
It's death. The fuck is that?